Hey everyone, it's Daniel Brother Bear Barris. In this next video, we'll be setting up our applications and our task sequence configuration. So let's get started. So first things first, let's open up File Explorer. We're going to go to our operating systems folder, Windows 11. We're going to shift right click on our Windows 11 ISO. We're going to drag that over here, 7-zip, extract here, and let that go. Shouldn't take too long. And there we are. And I'll shift delete that one as well. Make sure we're good. And we are. Now we're going to go to our server 2025 folder. We're going to do the same thing. Shift, drag, extract here, and let that go through. And shift delete that. Okay. We're going to close all Explorer windows. And we're going to make sure that we enable BitLocker on that WIM inside the server 2025 folder. So we'll right click, terminal admin, go from line 36 up to 27. Okay. And paste that there. You'll see it's going to mount the WIM. It's going to enable those optional features on the mounted folder, and then unmount and commit it, and then remove that temporary mount folder. And I'll be back when it's ready. Okay, and we're back, and that completed successfully. So we'll just press enter to exit. We're going to go to Start and open up our deployment workbench. We're going to double click the title bar just to bring it down to size here just for a minute. Okay. We're going to click, then right click deployment shares, new deployment share. We're going to change this to the D drive. Whoop, sorry. Next, leave that at default. Next, we'll call this MDT lab deployment share. Next, 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 and finish. We'll close our deployment workbench. I'm going to right click start, run. We're going to go to computer management.msc. Okay. We'll go to our shared folders, shares. You'll see, click, then right click the deployment share, properties. Under the share permissions tab, we're going to click add. We're going to type everyone, check names. Okay. We're going to give that full control and remove the administrator. Okay. Now we're going to go to the security tab. Okay. Apply, security tab, edit, add. Do the same thing here. Everyone, check names. Okay. Full control. Then we're going to click administrators and remove. System, remove. Apply. Okay. Okay. And close computer management. Now in our deployment share, we're going to create a logs folder, a recovery keys folder, a custom folder underneath the scripts folder, and a user data folder. Okay. So from 114 to 110, we're going to copy that, right click, terminal admin, paste, and press enter to exit. Now we're going to click start, type notepad++, wait for that to come up. We're going to open that up. And we're going to copy this. This is for removing applications in our Windows 11 machines. Things like the Xbox app, the Zoom video, Microsoft Office Hub, the wallet, etc., gaming apps, store purchase app. Now, you don't have to remove all these, but these are the things that I normally remove in my images. So I'm going to place that there, and I'm going to save this in the custom folder we just created. So save as, paste that there. We're going to name that remove -apps PS1. There we go. Save. And we can close Notepad++. I'm going to start Deployment Workbench again. We're going to expand that deployment share, expand the MDT lab share. Okay. I'm going to right-click on there, Properties. Under this General tab, I'm going to uncheck the x86 because we're only using 64-bit. I'm going to click the Rules tab. Now in the rules, I'm going to show you all these rules that we're doing. Now remember I said we're going to do rules per task sequence. So I've changed the priority. As you can see, normally it's just default. So we changed that to task sequence ID first, then default. Okay. So here's our task sequence IDs. Win11, we're going to put the product key there and what machine OU we want, which is a great, powerful thing to do because now we can set certain tasks to have these rules, right? So you can see this one here for our server is going to go into our member servers OU, whereas this is going to go to our clients OU. I'm going to leave these as commented out because there are problems with certain BitLocker keys right now with 2025 in VMware Workstation. So I'll leave those commented out, but then we get down to here, we're going to not create an extra partition. We're going to call our org MDT lab. You can change that if you'd like. Our task sequence or package name is going to be task sequence name. Skip task sequence, no. Skip computer name, no. Skip domain membership, yes, because we're adding it to the domain. Now, if you want this just to be standalone, you can say yes, and then you can say, instead of join domain, you can say join work group equals work group, and you can remove these machine object OUs, okay? So we'll go down here, skip product key, yes, because we placed the product keys right here and right here, all right? Skip locale selection, yes. UI language, change it to your language and keyboard locale. Time zone, I say yes. Now, if you don't know what time zone text to place here, you can right-click, run, and go here to tzutil/g. It'll tell you what time zone you're in, okay? And you can place that there, okay? Skip roles, yes. Skip applications, no. Now, if you were to set up a WSUS server, you can point it there. I've left that commented out. Skip admin password, we're going to leave that there. Skip capture, yes. Do capture, no. Skip computer backup, yes. If we did do a computer backup, we would tell it where we want that. Skip BitLocker, yes. And I've commented out all of the BitLocker information. The logs will go into the SL share. Now, this is a little trick that allows it to adjust the resolution to the recommended. So if this is on a physical machine, it's a lot easier. So we just set the resolution to 1 and 1, 1 by 1, and it will set it to the recommended. Okay. Skip summary, yes. Hide shell, yes. Now you can make this no if you'd like. Skip final summary, yes. If you want to change these to no, you can. Finish action reboot, or you can put shut down if you'd like. And the event service, because we installed monitoring, it'll be that. Okay, so we're going to copy from line 267 all the way up to 186, and we'll paste that there. Okay, now we're going to go down to our edit bootstrap INI. You can see we just have our service task sequence here, our password, the domain. So we'll copy from 272 down to 281 and paste that there. File, save, close Notepad. We're good there. Now we're going to go to our Windows PE tab. We're going to, under our general platform, we're going to go to x64, scratch space size. I'm going to set this to 512. Then our features tab here, I'm going to go DISM commandlets, .NET Framework, and Windows PowerShell. Drivers and patches, I'm going to say nothing and include all drivers from the selection profile. Then our monitoring tab, we're going to click on Enable Monitoring for this deployment share, click Apply, and OK. Now we're going to create a few application folders. So I'm going to click, then right-click on Application. And I'm going to say New Folder. We're going to do 7-zip here. Say New Folder. You can copy these if you don't want to type them. So Control-C, Control-V, Next. New folder. Oop. There we go. Google Chrome. Microsoft.NET Desktop Runtime. New folder. Mozilla Firefox. Control-C, Control-V. Notepad++. The Visual C++ redistributable. And VLC Media Player. There we go. Just some common applications. I'm going to click on the desktop, New Folder. I'm going to call this Chocolati. Okay. And then I'm going to start, type Notepad++. There it is. I'm going to open that up. And I'm going to copy this from 336 to 335. This is our line that we used to install Chocolati. And we're going to save as. Go to our desktop under that Chocolati folder. And we're going to call this choco.ps1. Save and close. Okay. So then we're going to expand our deployment workbench. We're going to expand applications. And we're going to click, then right-click on Chocolati, New Application, Application with Source Files. We're going to call that Chocolati. Next. Browse. We're going to go to the desktop, Chocolati folder. OK. There it is. Next. Chocolati. OK. And our command, we're going to do PowerShell with a hidden window, execution policy bypass, no profile, non-interactive. The file is going to be that ./chocops1, just like that. Next, next, and finish. We're going to double click this here, and I'm going to click hide this application because we're going to deploy that within the task sequence, not as an application at first. Okay, we're going to shift and right click this, delete. Yes, that way it doesn't go to the recycle bin. I'm going to go to 7-zip, new application, without source files. Okay, I'm going to just call this 7-zip. Next, command line, we're going to use Chocolati. Okay, so just paste that there. Next, next, and done. Okay, Adobe Acrobat DC, I'm going to do the same thing. Copy that name, new application, without source files, application name, paste, Choco install Adobe Reader. Now, if you need to know what the names of these are, you can go to the Chocolati site, right? Chocolati.org, and you can look for packages here, do a search, and you'll find them, okay? And it'll tell you exactly what commands to use. There we go. Okay, Google Chrome, we're going to do the same thing. Copy the name, click on Google Chrome, new application, without source files, application name, copy the command. Next, there we go. Our .NET Desktop Runtime, which is 9.0, I believe now. So new application, without source files. There we go. Copy that. Command line. Next. Finish. Mozilla Firefox. Now you notice we did a parameter on that one. No maintenance service, okay? So new application. Mozilla Firefox, copy that. Oop. Just like that. Paste. Good. Notepad++. Paste. Copy the command. Next. And Visual C++ redistributable. There we are. Paste. And our last one down here, VLC Media Player. Copy. New application. Paste. And there we go. Next. And all of our applications are put in there that you're all good to go. Now we're going to go down to operating systems. I'm going to say new folder, Windows 11. Then I'm going to say new folder, Windows Server 2025. Okay. I'm going to expand that. Windows 11, I'll say new Pro. Same thing with Server 2025, I'll put standard. And then under each of those, I'm going to put a 24H2 and 24H2. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to shift. Actually, I'm going to say, yeah, that's fine. So right click on 24H2, import operating system, full set of source files. Next, we can browse or we can copy this line wherever you placed it. There we go. I'm going to say move the files to the deployment share instead of copying them. Next, I'm going to change this to Pro, just like that. Next, next, finish. Okay. Then I'm going to drag and I'm going to control click just the one that says Windows 11 Pro. I'll shift or just click the top one, right click, delete. There we go. And now we just have our Windows 11 Pro. We're good there. Now we're going to do the same thing here down at 24H2, import operating system, full set of source files. Next. Now we can either browse or we can copy this line where our server is, do the same thing, move the files. Next, I'm going to remove core from the end of this because we're not going to be installing core. Next, next, finish. Click here. I'm going to highlight all of these and then control click that one, right click the top one, delete, so that we're only left with server standard. Okay, we're good there. Okay, now we're going to go click and right click on task sequences, new folder. We're going to call this clients. And we're going to do the same thing and call this servers. There we are. We'll expand this. There we are. Okay, so under clients, we're going to right click clients, new task sequence. I'm going to copy the task sequence ID here. And I'm going to call this Windows 11 Enterprise 24H2. Now remember, the SKUs for Pro, Home, and Education and Enterprise are all included in that multi-ISO that we downloaded. So don't worry about that. Standard client task sequence. The only thing that changes is the product key. So even though we have Pro here, the SKUs are included. Okay, next. Next, full name, we'll just type user, MDT lab. Do not specify administrator at this time. And finish. I'm going to double click on this. Go to Task Sequence tab. I'm going to expand pre-install, okay? And I'm going to click on Gather Local Only, Add, General, Run Command Line. I'm going to copy this where it says Set High Performance Power Profile. Good. I'm going to copy this line for the power configuration to the command line there. I'll go to the Options tab, continue on error, click on the Properties tab and click Apply. Okay. I'm going to click on Gather Local Only. Then I'll click and right-click here, copy, go down to State Restore. And on this Gather Local Only, I'm going to right-click and click Paste, and we have that there. Okay. Now we're going to go down here to Opt into CEIP and WER. I'm going to click Add, okay, Roles, Install Roles and Fixtures. Okay, in the drop-down, it should say Windows 10. Okay. Even though we're installing Windows 11, it uses the same one. So don't worry about that. We're going to call this Enable.NET Framework 3.5. Okay, and we're going to click this first one, .NET Framework 3.5. Go to the Options tab, continue on error, Properties, and Apply. I'm going to click this again. I'm going to add a restart here, General, Restart Computer. Okay. Then I'm going to go and click this again. We're going to do General, Add, Install Application. We're going to say Install Chocolati as the name. Install a single application. Browse. Give that a moment. There we go. Chocolati. OK. Go to Options, continue on error, Properties tab, Apply. I will go to Windows Update down here. We're going to go to the Options tab. We're going to uncheck Disable this. We're going to go to the, we're going to click on that. Okay. We're going to click Add, General, Install Application. Okay. Right. And I believe we were supposed to set Visual C++ redistributables. I might have skipped that step, but we'll do that here in a moment. So install a single application, browse, Visual C++ redistributable, and we're going to call that install C++ redistributable. Options, continue on error, properties, apply. So let's go over here real quick. I'm going to double click on that, hide this application, click OK, and we'll bring that back up. There we go. Okay. There we are. So we'll click on Post Application down here. Options tab, uncheck Disable this, Apply. Okay, click on Custom Task. We're going to click Add, General. We're going to say Remove Applications. Remember we did that. So run command line. We'll call that Remove Applications. Remember we saved that Remove Apps PS1. So we're going to copy this command to the command line portion. Options, continue on error, properties, apply. We're going to click Custom Tasks again. Okay. We're going to click on Remove Applications. And now we're going to add a balanced power mode back to the image. That way it's no longer set to high performance, but normal balanced. So copy that. Options, continue on error, properties, apply, and click on Custom Tasks. Right? And that's good for our task sequence. Click OS Info tab, edit unattend to XML, and we're going to fix a few things in there. So we're right here on 705. I'll come back when that's open. Okay, and we're back, and this is now open. So we're going to click on 7, and then expand here. Click OOBE for out-of-box experience. Protect your PC. We're going to change that to a 3. Click Save up here. Yes. We're We're going to double click here, and then I'm going to remove display, which is deprecated in newer images. And then network location is also deprecated. So right click up here, revert change, save, and we have no more errors or warnings. You can close this. Okay. And close that. Now we're going to click and right click servers, new task sequence. And we're going to do our server standard, just like that. Copy this here. Next, in the drop down, we're going to go to standard server task sequence. Next, go down to server 2025 standard. Next, do not specify a product key. User, MDT lab. Do not specify administrator password. Next, and finish. And now we're down here. Click on servers, double click here, and task sequence tab. Expand pre-install. Click. We're going to do the same thing we did before. Yes, you can go and copy, but I think it's just faster to copy and paste this way. So we'll just do that. Okay. There we are. I'm just going to go through these quickly since you can pause the video if you need to. We're going to go to the options tab, continue on error, etc. We're going to copy this, go down to state restore, paste that. Good. Now we're going to go to opt-in CEIP and WER. We're going to go to run command line, and we're going to remove our evaluation like we did for our operating system, but we're going to set it to the server standard and put the KMS key here. So we'll copy this. Options, continue on error, properties, apply. Okay. We're going to click here again. Okay. I'm going to click. Then I'm going to click remove evaluation, add general, restart computer. Okay. Then we're going to go opt in, run command. We're going to install Chocolati here. Oh, I'm sorry. We can remove that. It's install an application. Okay. Single application. Browse. Chocolati. There we go. Continue on error. Apply. Good. Now we're going to remove Azure Arc using a registry key. So run command line. There we go. Okay. Remove it from the startup like we did before, just with the GUI. There we go. Okay. We're going to do this opt-in again. We're going to go to roles and features, install roles and features. We're going to call this enable .NET Framework 3.5. In the drop down, we're going to go to 2019, which will work with 2022 and 2025. So we're going down to features. Okay. Here's features. And we're going to click on the .NET Framework 3.5. Options tab, continue on error, properties, apply again. Windows pre-application installation for the updates. Options, uncheck disable this. Properties, we're going to click that here. And we're going to install a single application. Visual C++ redistributables. Okay. We'll copy this name, paste it here, continue on error, apply, and we're good there. Post application, options, uncheck disable this step. There we go. We're good there. Okay. Click on custom tasks. We're going to do the same thing, add our balanced power profile back. There we are. Control C, Control V, options, continue on error, apply, custom, And now we can edit our unattended. So OS info, edit unattended XML. I'll come back when that's ready. Okay, and we're back. And so we're going to move this up a little bit here. So OOBE system, out of box experience, OOBD, we're going to do that again. 3, save. Now this one here, we're going to double click and we're going to remove this system restore, which is now deprecated in these newer images. Good. Same thing, double click here. Display can be removed. Okay. And then our network locations is deprecated. So right click, revert change, save, and no more warnings or errors. Close that. There we go. And now we're going to click, then right click on MDT deployment share, click out update deployment share, completely regenerate the boot images, next, next, and let that go. And I'll come back when that's ready. Okay, and our boot WIM is now completely created. We can click finish. Okay, we're going to click start and click on Windows Deployment Services. We'll expand servers. We'll right click here, click configure server. Next, we're going to use integrated with Active Directory. Next, we're going to move this to the D drive. Okay, next, respond to all client computers, known and unknown. Next, give that a moment. We're going to uncheck the add images to the server now. Click finish. We're going to expand here. I'm going to right click boot images, add boot image. And now we're going to grab our boot image from our deployment share. Okay. Copy, paste, next, next, next. Give that a moment. It shouldn't take too long. And finish. There's our boot image. Okay. I'm going to right click on MDT Lab, click Properties, go to the TFTP tab, and I'm going to choose the maximum block size of 1432. Now that's the block size that's recommended for VMware and VMware Workstation. But if you're using Hyper-V or VirtualBox, you may want to experiment a bit. You can do 4096, 16384, whichever you prefer. Okay. So I just know that this one works the best for VMware. So click OK. Then I'm going to right click here. I'm going to go to all task and I'm going to restart the service just to make sure that that TFTP block size is changed. I'm going to close Windows Deployment Services. Okay. Then I'm going to remove those leftover files and folders that we no longer need. Okay. So there we go. All right. Exit. And then if we go to our deployment, we can see that the only thing that exists now is our deployment share and remote install. And we're good. And that leads us to our final video, which will be our deployment of Windows 11 Enterprise 24H2 and Windows Server 2025 Standard. I'll see you in the next video.